welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you back again into the kitchen where this evening I'm going to be making two different kinds of pies from scratch. The first one is a traditional southern sweet potato pie, and the second one is an old favorite. It's a Cushaw pie, which is basically the same thing as a pumpkin. It tastes like pumpkin, but little bit, just a hair bit sweeter. And a lot of times that's what you're getting in the cans at the store. It's not completely all pumpkin. Now, with that being said, the first pie recipe that I'm going to be doing is beautiful sweet potatoes. And these are my own homegrown sweet potatoes. I've been waiting for this one. Now, let's have a serious southern talk right now. For the love of God, people, will you quit boiling your sweet potatoes to make pie? That's nasty. Not only do you lose a lot of the flavor, you lose the vitamins, and you lose the minerals and nutrients. Bake your sweet potatoes. I'm fixing to show you how I do it, and I'm telling you, you're going to thank me for it because your sweet potato pie is going to taste so much better. It'll have a stronger sweet potato taste, and you'll actually know that you're eating sweet potato pie. I don't know who started this crazy fad of boiling your sweet potatoes, but no, not while I'm making pies is it going to happen. So I'll show you how to do it. I have my oven right now preheating to 350 because I'm going to bake my sweet potatoes first. Now what I do is I'm going to wrap them in aluminum foil. That way all the juices are captured in the foil. Now, you can try to bake them on your oven rack. I'm baking them on a cookie sheet because no matter how hard I try to wrap them, some of them do leak. Just don't worry, and as long as you do it on a cookie sheet, it won't get in your oven and you won't have to clean all that mess up. Now my sweet potatoes have already been washed very well. You want to make sure they're good and wet because that's going to help them steam. And you're going to want to poke some holes in them so your sweet potato don't explode on you. Sure it's real good and secure, and I'm going to set that over there. I've been waiting to use these sweet potatoes. They should be perfectly cured and ready to roll. They have cured long enough to where the sugar should be built up in them very nicely. And like I said, make sure you stab your sweet potatoes. That way they don't explode on you. And if you do them this way, you'll see a massive difference in the flavor and quality of your pies. Alright, I'm going to finish these other 3 up and I'll bring you back as soon as I'm done. Okay, I was too busy talking, but I caught my mistake. Always, when you're full wrapping your potatoes, make sure the shiny side of the aluminum foil, yes, your aluminum foil has a shiny side and a dull side. You want your dull side on the outside and your shiny side on the inside, and that way it reflects the heat better into the potato and bakes it. Alright, my oven is ready to roll. It's at 350. I'm going to put my beautiful homegrown sweet potatoes in. And you want to let them bake. You can't put a set time on this. Bake them until they are soft. Just be careful. When you test them, wait about 45 minutes. Squeeze them use a pot holder and squeeze each one and test them. Some of these will definitely get baked before others will. So just squeeze them, and as soon as they feel really, really soft, they're done. Bring them out if you have to, and put them on a plate and let them cool until they're cool enough for you to handle. And I'll bring you back when they're all ready. See you after a bit. Okay, welcome back. The sweet potatoes are done, and I thought somebody might like to know who might have never had a chance to make their own pie crust and everything, to know how to flute a pie shell. So, let me pause it and bring it in. Okay, I'm going to try to do this where you can see your 2 fingers like this, and oops. And just keep going around. Okay, I might have to flatten it back out. Just push this finger in between those 2, and you'll get a really beautiful flute. If your pie crust hasn't set here for a little long and gotten a little bit air dried. See, beautiful pie crust, and it didn't take long. I am going to pause you a minute. Okay, let's get busy making a sweet potato pie, or also known as sweet tater. But as you can see it's squishy. That's what you want. Let me drop you down just a little bit. Got the spoon and a measuring cup. See, all those beautiful juices have stayed in the sweet potato. Now, as usual, I will be doubling this recipe. I'm making 4 pies, not 2. I'll have the single recipe in the description box below. And all you're going to do, and see your peels come right off. Get down to that beautiful orange. Oh, it smells so good. And I'm even happier because these are homegrown. we all know they're organic as well. See how simple and beautiful that is. And it's not watered down. It still has all its nutrients and all of its vitamins and minerals. Okay, I can't help myself. Oh my gracious, that's good. And it's good and sweet too. Not overly sweet, but it's sweet. Oh, they were good this year. It makes me happy to know that not only can I show you how to grow them, but also how to cook them as well. Or one of many ways of how to cook them. I'm going to break this one in half. It'll be easier to work with. And see, they just peel right off. It took, I think it was like 45, 50 minutes for all of them to cook. You want to mush down, you want to make sure you get your 4 cups of sweet potatoes. And that right there is 4 cups of sweet potatoes. That gives us 2 sweet potatoes left over to eat on. Sorry about that. I had to rinse my hands off. Okay, where am I going to move you to? I'm juggling right now. I got to catch up on dishes and a whole bunch of stuff. Okay. put in your 4, and like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. Look how beautiful and healthy that is for now. Alright, now like I said, doubling recipe. I have a cup of cane sugar and a half a cup of brown sugar. I want 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. And of course I'm using Saigon cinnamon. One teaspoon of ginger. And that's all the seasonings I use in mine, because I like to taste them. I like to taste the sweet potato. Cloves can be very overpowering. I want 1 teaspoon of salt, and this is sea salt. And I'm going to want 4 large eggs. And I'm going to whisk this together really well. Now, me personally, I like the lumps in my sweet potato pie because it's little bits of sweet potato. Now, if you wanted to, you can use a blender and make it smooth, but I'm not going to. Okay, and now I'm going to use 2 12 fluid ounce cans of evaporated milk. Oh, also, my oven is preheating to 425 degrees. And yes, if you've never made this kind of pie before, it will set up, so do not worry. Perfect. Not over sweet, but just sweet enough. Okay, that's everything that goes in there. No, I gotta reuse that a little bit. scoop. And try not to drop any, because it will cause a burn spot on your pie shell. And they will rise some, so do not worry. And plus, doing it this way also keeps it from overflowing in your oven. And believe me, these pies have no problem with overflowing at all. That one's going to be obstinate. All it is a little piece of peel. There we go. Won that battle. I was trying to get it out without puncturing my pie shell. Perfect timing. And I'm going to stagger them in the oven. I have two going this way, and the other two will go the other way. Also, a tip, make sure that your pie shell, your edge of your pies, do not get too close to the side of your oven, or they will burn on you. And you want to make sure you have enough airflow. Now, you're going to bake it, hold on, at 425 for 15 minutes. After your 15 minutes is over, you're going to drop it down to 350, and then you're going to bake it for 40 to 50 minutes. And usually the way I know they're done, they might jiggle a little bit, but if you touch the center and that center doesn't stick to your finger, that pie is done. Alright, I will bring you back as soon as they're done. And I'll have these baking directions in the description box below, as well as the recipe. And once these are done, we're going to start on the second pie. See you after a while. Okay, the sweet potato pies are ready. And I'll show you the old trick I'm talking about. You can see that when you touch the top, it might push down a little, but it doesn't stick to your finger. So give me a minute and we're going to get these babies out of the oven, because both layers are ready. Okay, it's time to get these beautiful babies out. As soon as I find my other pie holder, it just disappeared. Okay, late night weirdness. Here we go. Okay, I'll grab a different one. Those pies are beautiful. Let's get them put here on the counter where you can see. Perfectly baked. The crusts are not cooked, are not overcooked. And like I said, as long as that pie don't stick to your finger, that baby is done. Four beautiful, homegrown, made from scratch, traditional southern sweet potato pies. Those are going to be good. Alright, I'll be back here in just a little bit. I've got to get things set up so we can start on pie number 2. See you here in a bit. Okay, it is finally time to make the last batch of pies for the night. I have one other pie to make, but that video will post next week, and I'll be making that one tomorrow. This is the Cushaw, the fresh cooked Cushaw. It goes by many names: pie squash, Cushaw, Kershaw, pie pumpkin squash, green striped gourd, and I don't know why they're calling it a gourd, but it goes by many names. But most of the time, it is substituted, even in the cans, for pumpkin. So, alright, this is, like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. So, this is going to be 4 cups of cooked pureed Cushaw. I want 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. There's 1, 2, 1 teaspoon of ginger. One teaspoon, and I'm using sea salt. Okay, and then, like I said, I'm doubling the recipe. So I have 1 cup of cane sugar and a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. Now, I'm still kicking myself because I forgot to add this to the other pie mix, but nobody, they might notice it. I know I will, but you want 1 good healthy teaspoon. Like I said, healthy. Of vanilla. And this is real vanilla. Please quit using that imitation stuff. It's horrible for you. I'm going to need 4 eggs. And these are supposed to be large eggs. And keyword, supposed to be. Their version of large and my version of large are 2 totally different things. Okay, now, I'm going to take time to whisk this together really well. Oh, it smells so good. Now, if you don't want to use a whisk, you can always use a blender. That's perfectly. Not a blender, a mixer. I'm just old-fashioned and don't mind it a bit. I forgot to get my 2 cans of evaporated milk. I'll be right back. Okay, had my 2 cans of evaporated milk, and I also want to say I have my oven preheating back up to 425. And I'm going to mix 1 can of milk in at a time. And have my 2nd can. Okay, where did you go? There it is. Little piece of scorched Cushaw that had come off the side of the roaster. Okay, that's mixed well. Yes, it looks runny, but it will solidify just like the sweet potato. Now let's have a little talk about our pie shell. This is an unbaked pie shell. You do not want to pre-bake your pie shell at all. And do not poke holes in the bottom of your pie shell for this pie. Because if you do, all your filling will leach through and yeah, your pie and your bottom of your crust and everything will be ruined. It's raw pie shell. Mix it up a little bit more. And let's get busy filling up some pies. I cannot tell you how wonderful this pie mix smells. And like I said, it's the exact same recipe for both pies. You just substitute your main ingredient, whatever squash you want to use. Now is when we get to juggle a little bit. Okay. And we're fixing to put these beautiful pies in the oven. And like I said, the oven's at 425, and we're going to stagger the pies in the oven because I'm having to use 2 shelves. Like I said, you don't want your pies too close to the side of the oven or your pie shell can burn. And since I have them going diagonal that way, I'm going to switch these up and have them going the opposite direction. That way there's airflow in the oven. Whoa. That pie shell might get a little darker than the other ones. Okay, that looks good. It's at 425. We're going to let it go for 15 minutes at 425. After the 15 minutes, we're going to drop it down to 350 for 40 to 50 minutes. And I will bring you back as soon as they're done. See you after a while. Okay, 2 of the Cushaw pies are done. The other 2 need just a little bit of time. So I'm going to bring the 2 out so the bottom ones can get more heat to them. Now these are jiggling, but they're not sticking to the finger. So they are done. Now, there's an old trick I'll show you. Hold on just a second. I'm going to zoom the camera out. Okay, there is something I want to show you. And pumpkin, and Cushaw being like a pumpkin, is notorious for this. You see the little bubbles on top? It doesn't ruin the pie. Nothing's wrong with the pie. What happened is, when you go to mix in your evaporated milk, you get a little happy with it, and it makes a lot of froth. Nothing wrong with that pie. It's not going to taste bad at all. But for those people who are worried about everything looking perfect and pretty, well, this would mess it up for you. Me, we're going to eat it regardless because nothing's wrong with it. But when you mix in your evaporated milk, especially if you're using Cushaw, pumpkin, or another squash that's like a pumpkin, you need to watch out for the froth, the bubbles, because it'll do this on top of your pie. Nothing's wrong with your pie. You notice it only done it just a tad bit on one of the sweet potato pies. But other than that, there's nothing wrong with that pie. Hold on, I'm going to zoom back out. Okay, the last 2 Cushaw pies are done and ready to come out of the oven. Beautiful, beautiful pies.
Oh, my pies are cooked.
Okay, I'm back. Apparently family wanted to play a joke on me that his pies are cooked. Well, it's everybody's pies. Alright, like I was going to show you here. See how it's, well, it's kind of settled up now. But it kind of jiggles a little bit. After they cool down, they're not going to jiggle. They are cooked. And like I show you, you can touch the top and it doesn't stick to you. And you know those pies are done. Simple, easy, 8 pies cooked from scratch. 1 homegrown organic sweet potatoes, and these are Cushaw pumpkin squash cooked from scratch. I hope you enjoyed this video and it inspires you to make your own homemade pies. It's not hard, just a little bit time consuming, but a labor of love is always time consuming. You put love into your food when you cook so that you bless your family with the love of cooking and of good health and happiness. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I am more than happy to help, and I will answer them as soon as I can. I've been a busy woman the last few days, so I'm a little behind on comments, but I'm going to be catching up tomorrow. Simple, easy, homemade, just like it should be. Everyone, take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Stay safe, everyone.